Formula One is more than metal and speed. It's a battlefield where human emotions collide at 300 kilometers per hour. Some stories will make you cry, some will leave you breathless. But what happens when triumph meets tragedy in the most unexpected ways? Imagine a sport where a single moment can define an entire career or end it forever. We're about to dive into the most heart-wrenching moments that have shaped motorsport history. From legendary victories born from deepest grief to extraordinary displays of human resilience, these stories will challenge everything you thought you knew about racing. And trust me, not all of them have happy endings. Let's get into the video. Number 1. The tragic loss of Antoine Hubert. In the summer of 2019, Formula One experienced a devastating tragedy that would forever change motorsport. During a Formula 2 race at the Belgian Grand Prix, a terrible crash took the life of Antoine Hubert, a brilliant 22-year-old driver with an incredibly promising future. Hubert was not just another racing driver, he was a rising star in the Renault Academy, someone who had already won 2 impressive races in his first F2 season. More importantly, he was a beloved friend to many drivers in the racing community, and his loss was felt deeply by everyone who knew him. The accident was a stark reminder of the dangerous world of motorsport. Medical teams worked frantically to help Juan Manuel Correa, who suffered serious injuries, while Hubert's life was tragically cut short. The racing world was left in shock, struggling to understand how such a talented young life could be lost so suddenly. In the days following the accident, drivers showed incredible strength and unity. The Belgian Grand Prix became a powerful tribute to Hubert, with every driver carrying the weight of collective grief. Charles Leclerc, who had grown up racing with Hubert, dedicated his first Formula One victory at the same event to his fallen friend, showing how deep their connections ran. Number 2. Charles Leclerc's breakthrough. Leclerc's victory at the 2019 Belgian Grand Prix was more than just a racing achievement. It was a remarkable display of emotional strength. Just days after losing his close friend Antoine Hubert, Leclerc managed to channel his grief into an extraordinary performance. Driving for Ferrari in his first season, Leclerc not only secured pole position, but also successfully defended against Lewis Hamilton in a race that was about so much more than just winning. During his post-race interview, his emotions were raw and real. He spoke about growing up with Hubert, remembering their first races together, his voice breaking with each word. This moment perfectly captured the deep bonds that exist in racing. Competitors are often lifelong friends who understand each other's struggles in ways others cannot. Leclerc's victory was a tribute to friendship, resilience, and the human spirit's ability to find strength in the most difficult moments. Number 3. Michael Schumacher. One of the most touching moments in Formula One history came during the 2000 Italian Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher, already a 2-time world champion, was about to equal Ayrton Senna's record of 41 race victories. What made this moment special was not just the statistical achievement, but the profound emotional response it triggered. When asked about matching Senna's record, Schumacher was overwhelmed. Tears filled his eyes, leaving him momentarily speechless, and Senna was not just a record to be broken for Schumacher, but an idol and a racing legend whom he had actually competed against early in his career. This moment revealed the deep respect drivers have for those who came before them. It was about honoring legacy, about recognizing the giants upon whose shoulders current champions stand. Schumacher's inability to speak said more than words ever could. Number 4. Lewis Hamilton's Silverstone comeback. In 2023, Lewis Hamilton wrote an incredible chapter in his racing career at the British Grand Prix. After 945 days without a victory, the longest drought he had ever experienced, Hamilton returned to the top of the podium at his home circuit. This win was about much more than racing. It was a testament to human persistence and belief. Hamilton openly shared his moments of doubt during the challenging years between 2021 and 2023. "There were days I didn't feel good enough," he admitted, his voice filled with raw emotion. Tears streamed down his face during the celebration, a powerful display of vulnerability from one of the most successful drivers in history. His victory was an inspiration to anyone who has faced professional challenges and moments of self-doubt. Number 5. Ayrton Senna's legendary Brazilian Grand Prix. The 1991 Brazilian Grand Prix remains an iconic moment of human determination. Ayrton Senna, a two-time world champion, had never won at his home circuit. That year, he was determined to change his story. Leading the race confidently, Senna suddenly faced severe mechanical problems in the final laps. With only one gear working and rain intensifying, he drove with an almost superhuman skill and determination. On the last lap, with victory hanging by a thread, Senna pushed himself and his car to absolute limits. After crossing the finish line, his physical exhaustion was evident. He could barely lift the trophy, suffering from extreme muscle strain. His words captured the essence of his performance: "I only felt alive when I saw the finish line." These moments reveal that Formula One is far more than a sport. It's a powerful narrative about human potential, about facing seemingly impossible challenges, and finding strength in the most difficult moments. Each story represents a chapter of extraordinary human experience where individuals push beyond their perceived limitations, facing heartbreaking challenges, and emerge not just as athletes, but as inspirations. From grief-driven victories to moments of personal redemption, these stories remind us that the true magic of motorsport lies not in the machines, but in the incredible human spirits that drive them forward. Thank you for joining us in today's video about Formula One's most profound moments. If these stories resonated with you, please hit the subscribe button and enable notifications. Stay tuned for more incredible stories.